Hi, third graders. It's Mrs. Shea here. So last week I had you do a pre-assessment, and that was mainly to see where you guys were at with writing a three-paragraph essay. So I gave you a writing prompt about ecology, which you guys should know quite a bit about since we were learning about that before. And what it was is explain slash inform, because this is called an explanatory slash informative writing piece. So what that means is you're explaining or informing your audience of information that they may not know about. So this week we're going to be doing a lesson on writing an introduction. In writing, introductions are so important because they're the first thing that we read besides our title of our paper. So if someone's reading your introduction, they need to be interested in what you're talking about. And some of the ways that you can do that is by using what is called a hook. So writing hooks, I'm going to show you this and zoom in. Writing hooks are a great way to engage your audience and get them interested in the topic that you're going to be writing about. And so there's a couple different ways we can do that. One way is we can ask a question. So we can ask, have you ever gone to the swimming pool? Well, that kind of shows the reader that there's something that is happening at the swimming pool. So we have to use a question to talk about what it is that we're going to be writing about. We need to stay on topic. So for my introduction, I wrote an introduction for you guys of what a great introductory paragraph and sentence would be for this prompt. So I asked, have you ever thought about how many living things there are on this planet? So that is a great way to hook in the reader and have them think about, I don't know, have I thought about living things on the planet? And then I'm going to follow along with my introductory paragraph. So I continue with, well, that is exactly what ecology is, because we're writing about ecology. It is the study of all living things. So I define what ecology is. In an informative and explanatory essay, you are using facts and definitions a lot of the time. So when we're writing our main paragraph and our conclusion, we're still going to be implementing different facts about what ecology is and why do we study it. Then I continue with, whether you are playing in your backyard or looking for seashells at the beach, you will find yourself in different ecosystems. So that just explains to the reader what an ecosystem is. It can be your backyard, it could be the beach, it could be, you guys could use examples of driving through the redwood forest or going to a pond, maybe at your friend's house. A pond is an ecosystem. And then I end with the three types of living things found in every ecosystem are called decomposers, producers, and consumers. So those are likely what you're going to be writing about in this essay. You're going to be talking about these three things because that's what makes up an ecosystem. So I'm going to read my introductory paragraph again so that I don't quite lose you. And I want you to think about what makes this introductory paragraph really grab my attention and make me want to continue reading your paper, Mrs. Shea. Have you ever thought about how many living things are on this planet? Well, that is exactly what ecology is. It is the study of all living things. Whether you are playing in your backyard or looking for seashells at the beach, you will find yourself in different ecosystems. The three types of living things found in every ecosystem are called decomposers, producers, and consumers. So this is a great way to introduce the topic of ecology and what is found in an ecosystem and what is ecology about. So when you write your introduction, you're going to be using different hooks. So you can either use a question, like I used, an onomatopoeia, which is basically it creates an image for your reader. So splash, I dove into the pool feet first. We talked about this actually a couple weeks ago, what an onomatopoeia is. If you want to research onomatopoeia, it is a very long word, onomatopoeia. You can research it and it'll give you different examples of onomatopoeias that maybe you want to use in your introduction. Or you can use a dialogue. This person says, I want to go swimming, he yelled. That's the first sentence he uses to kind of hook the reader. Or you can use what is called a setting, the place. The crisp blue water of the pool sparkled. So that explains where this story is taking place. Another one is fact, which I think fact and question are probably the most common ones that are going to be used for this writing assignment because we're talking about something about science, and facts and questions are a little bit easier to use in this topic. So a fact is you could talk about ecology. Ecology is the study of living things and what are found in our environment. So that could be a way you could use a fact. And then the last one is something funny. This person said, a belly flop is one way to do it. Well, I want you guys to steer away from something funny just because this topic is a little bit more serious and it's about ecology. But if you find something that you think really works for your introduction, go ahead and use it. So these are the hooks that I want you guys to remember when you're writing your introductory paragraph. Give yourself lots of time. You can write your introduction paragraph as a rough draft and then go back through it, maybe have your parents read through it, and then watch the video again if you really need, to polish up on what different things make up a great introductory paragraph. So I want you to read through my example and think back, okay, what did Mrs. Shea talk about hooks and like how to bring the reader in? And make sure that it's not too long and not too short. So 3 to 5 sentences is generally what your introductory paragraph will be. So don't move on to your main paragraph or your conclusion. I want you to really polish up your introductory paragraphs using this writing prompt. And next week we will start writing our main paragraph. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, as always, please contact me.